students. Our today's topic is development of economics as a science in the West. Okay, first of all, let's understand the term science. Science means what? Science is specialized knowledge. Science means rules, principles. So, here economics is developed as a science in the West. Let's see who gave their contribution for this development. So let's start with the point. Number 1, Greek philosopher Aristotle gave his views on economics in his book O Economica. 1 marks question. From this point, you will ask too many 1 marks question, like Greek philosopher Aristotle gave his views on economics in his book O Economica. With the advent of industrial revolution, division of labor and specialization were introduced in industrial sector. Now specialization means what? Where a piece of work is done by a worker or a group of workers who specialize only in that particular job. Okay, so particular person who can do particular or special or who is specialized in particular work or particular job is known as specialization. So with the advent of industrial revolution, division of labor and specialization were introduced in industrial sector. So just like physical science, now social sciences also started applying scientific tools and method. Okay, then some points regarding Adam Smith we are having. Pondering upon the creation of wealth, Adam Smith wrote in 1776 a book titled An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations. Book by Adam Smith in 1776. Book is popularly known as Wealth of Nations. 1 marks question again. Okay. 1 marks question. What do you mean by specialization? Okay. Then Adam Smith's book, that is An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations, popularly known as Wealth of Nations, right? With this book, Adam Smith is known to have pioneered the development of economics as a specialized area of knowledge in West. So the first expert we are having, that is Adam Smith, who gave his contribution in development of economics as a science in the West, right? So let's talk about his definition. That Adam Smith's definition of Adam Smith. Just understand the term. Economics is the study of the nature. Economics is the study of the nature and causes of wealth of nations. Now, what do you mean by wealth? Wealth means valuable possession, we can say. Wealth means valuable possession or money, we can say, or property, we can say, right? Right? So wealth means money or possession, we can say. Economics is the study of the nature and causes of wealth of nations. Economic studies the exchange of physical wealth produced by labor. Okay, he talked about physical wealth, that is land, property, then car, land, furniture. These are physical wealth produced by labor, and he studies the exchange of these things. Means we all know economics means benefit. So here economics studies the exchange of physical wealth produced by labor. So it is very easy. Economics is the study of the nature and causes of wealth of nations, and economics studies the exchange of physical wealth produced by labor. Adam Smith introduced economics as a social science. Okay, social science. Social means human, where humans are there, right? So social science. How? On the one hand, he studied human efforts. Okay, why Adam Smith introduced economics as a social science? Because on the one hand, he studied human efforts, that is why it is social, and on the other hand, his methodology was scientific, that is why it is science. So human efforts, so social, and methodology was scientific, that is why it is science. So he introduced economics as a social science. Why social? Because human efforts are there. Why science? Because the method was scientific. And another most important 1 marks question is that Adam Smith economics was studied as an independent science. Adam Smith studied economics as an independent science. So who gave economics as an independent science? Then we'll write Adam Smith, right? The second expert who gave his views or his contribution in development of economics as a science in the West, that is Alfred Marshall. In his book Principles of Economics, published in 1890, Marshall defines economics is the study of mankind. Economics is the study of mankind or human being in the ordinary business of life. It implies that in everyday life, people usually seek material well-being. Okay, material well-being means we can say material things or the things which gave us comfort. This definition identifies economics as the study of everyday activity of human being and seek to explain how well-being is again and seek to explain how well-being is attained from material consumption. This definition is narrow as it talks only about material consumption or material wealth. Consumption means to use. Material consumption means material to use that or to purchase that well-being, right? Material consumption or material well-being. That is, yet it is important as it keeps human well-being at the center of human activity. Okay, so Alfred Marshall talks about material consumption or material well-being. That well-being means comfort is attained from material consumption only. It is very narrow definition. Why? Because he talked about material consumption only. Though it is mentioned here in this book because, or it is quite acceptable because he keeps human well-being at the center. So we are pretty much clear with the definition of Marshall. that he talked about material well-being and material consumption only, and he gave very narrow, his definition is very narrow, because he talked about material consumption and on, and it is quite acceptable because he put humans at the center. Another expert we are having, that is Lionel Robbins. I call, or we can call him as a Robbins. Okay. Definition of economics by Robbins. Economics deals with the question. Okay. Now, according to Robbins, he said that economics deals with the question. The question is how to allocate limited resources. Okay, we all are knowing that our country has limited resources now. So we are having limited just understand the question. Allocate means to divide or to provide right? How to provide limited resources which have alternative uses. Okay, limited resources which have alternative uses. Alternative uses means different uses in the satisfaction of recurring and unlimited human wants. Okay, so we are having limited resources which are having alternative uses, and at the same time we are having unlimited human wants. Now we have to allocate limited resources which have alternative uses, and at the same time we are having unlimited human wants in order to increase the well-being in a society. Means the question is how to provide or how to allocate these limited resources which have alternative uses in the satisfaction of recurring and unlimited human wants in order to increase the well-being in a society. Because how can we increase well-being? Because we are having unlimited resources and we are having we are having limited resources and we are having unlimited human wants. Again, we are having limited resources and unlimited human beings. How can we increase well-being in a society? So this is the question which Robbins said that economics deals with this question. In 1931, Robbins in his book, that is Nature and Significance of Economics, gave the following definition. Okay, let's see the definition. Economics is the science. Economics is the science which studies human behavior. Okay, economics is a science, or economics is a science means rules, regulations, code of conduct, principles, right? So economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relation between, relationship between ants and scarce. Okay, we are having limited resources which can be and, or which can be, we can feel scarcity, or which can be scarce, right? Which can be scarce. So economics studies that human behavior in the situation of and scarce, means which have alternative uses. We are having resources, limited resources, and they are having alternative uses. And economic studies that human behavior in this situation or in a relationship between ants and scarce, right? According to Robbins, economics is a positive science. Okay, these are not my words. This is according to Robbins. 1 marks question. that economics is a positive science. Who gave this point? That Robbins, okay? And does not prescribe how things should be. Economics does not prescribe how things should be, right? It studies, okay, economic studies how human being behave, and does not deal with how they should ideally behave. How human being behave and does not deal with how they should ideally behave, because we are wasting all the resources. Here economics does not deal with norms, and thus it is not a normative science. Okay, science means norms, rules, regulation, but here economics does not deal with that norms, and thus it is not a normative science. Why economics is not a normative science? Because economics does not deal with norms, right? So according to Robbins, he studies human behavior, how human being behave, and does not deal with how they should ideally behave, right? And it is not a normative science. His book Nature and Significance of Economics, and his definition, economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce, means which have alternative uses. So with this definition, I am ending our today's topic. We are left with one expert, that is Paul Samuelson,